active protection systems have been part of War Thunder for many years now. Starting with Dazzler-type jammers like those on the AMX-30B2 Brennus and later the M1A1 Heavy Common, active protection systems were formally rolled out in 2022 with the likes of the Challenger Black Knight and the T55 AMD. These active protection systems are split into soft kill systems like the Dazzler jammers mentioned earlier. You'd probably know the Stora 1 Googly Eyes on the T90. And hard kill systems like Drozd and Black Knight. However, I want to talk about a particular system that isn't in the game. It is physically present in the game. It's this box on the roof of the Type 99 family of tanks, or this on the Type 99A. On the WZ-1001E LCT and Type 99A, it's labeled as optics. It's not, that's wrong. And on the earlier Type 99 Stage 2 and Stage 3, it isn't modeled at all. It's physically there, like it's on the tank, but it has no collision model and it doesn't do anything. This is the JD3, and while it's certainly not a hard kill system, this video isn't about the Type 99A2s or Type 99Bs that were spotted with GL6, I hesitate to call it a soft kill active protection system. It is an active protection system, and I do think these tanks should have it properly modeled, but I hesitate to describe it as an APS because it is very unique. What does it do? Well, very basically, it does this.
Pocket sand.
That's not a joke. Okay, well, it is a joke, but like that is actually the best way I can describe it. Like this is just, it's pocket sand. It's tank pocket sand. That's basically what it does. The Type 99 family, like most Asian vehicles in this game, has a lot of features missing, the JD3 being one of them. The system is referred to by Chinese sources not as an active protection system, but as a laser self-defense weapon, which I hope is something to capture your attention by the name alone. Very basically, it is essentially tank pocket sand, and while that is a joke, I am using that to describe it because that is basically what it does. It's part of the tank's laser warning system, which is present in the game, but not as it should be. So here's a technical description of how the JD3 laser self-defense weapon works. When the tank is illuminated by an enemy laser, the laser warning system kicks in and alerts the tank's crew to enemy laser illumination. That's good, that's in the game. The JD3 system then activates and starts a low-level search laser to locate the source of the enemy laser and communicate the precise location of the enemy laser source to the tank's crew.
Oh, I see, yeah.
After the source of laser illumination has been located, the search laser is turned off and a high-powered dazzling laser is activated and focused on the source of enemy laser illumination. It either damages, destroys, or disables enemy optics and targeting systems and blinds the enemy gunner. So, you get what I mean when I said it's tank pocket sand, right?
Pocket sand.
That's a pretty comprehensive self-defense suite. Compare that to how the current laser warning system works in the game right now, which is basically someone in that general direction is pointing a laser at you, and you now must locate the target, identify the target, lay the gun, calculate a firing solution, and open fire. Think fast, because your time limit for this exam is about 0.4 seconds. Whereas what should happen to you is you get a laser pointed at you, the JD3 system kicks in, and instead of, hey, there's someone over in that postcode with a laser, it says, hey, there's someone pointing a laser at you. Here's his exact positional coordinates fed directly into the fire controls. Also, we flashbanged him, so he'll be too stunned to shoot back for the next few seconds. That is already a pretty big step up compared to the current system. But I'm not done yet, because JD3 actually has other features as well. The system is also listed as having a soft kill active protection system feature against semi-automatic command to line of sight anti-tank missiles. The JD3 laser self-defense weapon is listed as having 3,000 meters of range on the older version, which also doesn't work very well in dusty environments or bad weather, and 4,000 meters on the newer version, which fixes the problem of not doing very well in dusty environments or bad weather. Oh yeah, also it works against planes. Specifically, it's stated to be effective not only against ground-based sources of laser targeting, like tanks with laser rangefinders and anti-tank weapons that rely on laser guidance, but it also works against helicopters as well, and conceivably it would also be effective against low-flying aircraft that happen to be within its range. So, to cap this all off, the JD3 laser self-defense weapon is a Chinese soft-kill active protection system exclusive to the Type 99 family of tanks. The system essentially throws up a reverse unocard at any tank that tries to ping you with a laser rangefinder, feeds their precise location into your fire controls, and stuns them with tank pocket sand, no, I'm not letting go of that bit,
Pocket sand.
while knocking out their optics and fire controls so they can't take the shot and you get a chance to return fire. And the cherry on top, it also acts as a giant middle finger to any CAS aircraft that relies on laser or beam riding guidance for their munitions, as not only will it jam the incoming missile or bomb, it'll also put the aircraft's guidance equipment out of action too, so they won't be able to attack anybody else either. A lot of information about the JD3 isn't available publicly, so we have to guess and take what is stated specifically with a grain of salt. But there's also a number of limitations the system would have that I want to talk about too. For one, the JD3 is only effective against laser illumination and targeting, as well as bomb guidance units and missile seekers that use laser or beam riding guidance, and it's effective against some SAC-lost missiles as well. It has no effect against munitions that use television, satellite, or infrared guidance, which is what most CAS spam at top tier uses. As a laser-based system, it requires a clear line of sight to the source of the laser illumination. It can't see through smoke or terrain, and while it has 360 degrees of horizontal detection, it can only target one thing at a time. Now, for the purposes of War Thunder, it's not going to knock out the enemy gunner. It's specifically designed to be non-lethal. The JD3 isn't entirely unique. China has developed laser weapons for a long time, as has the US and other countries. China is the only country that I know of to deploy them in this unique platform. A universal trait laser weapons all share is that none of them are designed to actually cause permanent injury or death. Most aren't intended to be used on people, and when they are, they're almost universally intended to incapacitate human beings, not wound or kill them. The JD3 is designed to disable or destroy optical targeting systems like optics and fire controls by overloading them with bursts of the high-intensity laser. In terms of what damage it would do to a person, it's hard to say given how little is known about it other than it's meant to be non-lethal and blinding the enemy gunner. Although personally I imagine it as something like this. This is, admittedly, a pretty powerful set of kit. Throughout every rank in War Thunder, a basic rule of battle is whoever sees the other guy first wins. You can't fight an enemy if you don't know they exist, and if another tank has you in their sights, and you don't know that, you are defenseless. In every engagement in the game, and in real life, whoever gets the first shot is usually the winner. It's why the saying is, who dares wins. The JD3 system is extremely powerful with this in mind, as it effectively acts like a get-out-of-jail-free card, an extra life, a totem of undying. It completely turns the tables by exploiting something so ubiquitous at top tier. However, with that said, you can just eyeball the shot, right? So, how would it work in-game? Like, if this were to be actually added, and if it were to become like a mechanic in the game, like, how would it work? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Being able to cancel out one of the most useful tools for tanks at top tier is pretty powerful no matter how you slice it. It would substantially boost the Type 99's self-defense abilities on large maps, all 5 of them, giving it a pretty untouchable advantage at long range. Being forced to eyeball the shot isn't the most difficult thing in the world, although I can understand it might be difficult to guess the range if you're using the custom tank gun sights that I'm pretty sure Gaijin has forgotten they added. But much like a normal APS, it probably wouldn't be very relevant on close quarters maps, which is most of them because the spreadsheet said so or something. Like all active protection systems, or at least, in my experience of using them, it's a situational tool that comes in handy every now and then. Hot take, and feel free to disagree with me, but I think it should be implemented more or less exactly the same as it is described publicly. Like, instead of saying, hey, the enemy is somewhere over there, it feeds their exact position, or last known position if the laser illumination is broken or obstructed, into the tank's fire controls. In the case of aircraft, the system targets the helicopter or plane itself if it's in range, and targets the munition if not. Now, of course, the big question is how would the whole, blinding the enemy gunner thing work? Throughout this video, I've described it as like, I don't know, when you accidentally turn on like light mode on at night, and you know, given how laser dazzlers are supposed to work generally, that's probably something in the ballpark of how it works in real life. But, you know, this is a video game, and I don't think having a game feature you have no control over that blinds you is a good thing. To say nothing of the fact that, you know, some people have epilepsy. I don't think it will be a good thing to give people seizures, even if it is historically accurate. Visually, I don't think actually flashbanging players is a good idea. Like, it would be very funny, but, you know, I don't think we should actually do that. I think maybe something like the man-in-the-loop static could work, but only in the sniper or commander's view. The JD3 blind effect wouldn't apply to third-person view or binoculars, as it's only designed to target optics and targeting systems. From a gameplay angle, tanks that trigger the JD3 will receive damage to their FCS and optics modules, disabling them for a bit and requiring a short repair. And I mean a short repair because, again, this is only meant to jam those systems, not completely break them. The tank's gunner and commander will be hit with a brief stun effect lasting around 2 or 3 seconds, the length depending on the vitality stat of those crew members. Yes, I know those of you who have played World of Tanks will immediately have Vietnam flashbacks to the stun mechanic from artillery. I'm not that bad, okay? Just the driver wouldn't be affected, of course, so there's still an opportunity to fall back. It wouldn't be, you know, you wouldn't be like complete sitting duck. The laser blending effect would not only apply to tanks that illuminate laser rangefinders at the Type 99, but also vehicles that make the mistake of firing a missile that uses beam riding guidance at the tank. So if you use any of these guys, well...
Oh my dude, you just got pranked! Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
On aircraft, however, any that stray too close to the tank will cause the JD3 to switch from targeting the incoming munition to targeting the plane itself, should it come within range. Since aircraft can't repair their modules mid-air, it effectively means the plane's targeting systems are out of action until they can land and repair. However, given that a lot of CAS at top tier relies on very long-range bombs or missiles, I don't see this being relevant very often. To get around this system, you could just eyeball the shot instead of using a laser rangefinder, or just point the rangefinder at the ground nearby the tank instead of the tank itself. It won't be an exact distance, but it does avoid setting off the JD3. Again, the JD3 doesn't affect television, satellite, or infrared guided munitions, nor does it protect the tank against dumb bombs or rockets. This is a system that has the potential to be pretty powerful, but if Gaijin were to add it, I think people would eventually learn how to counteract it. I think it'll be one of those things where, like, there will always be people who'll fall for it, and there will be people who will forget how it works or don't know how to get around it because they've never seen it before, or because it's only found on one specific family of tanks that aren't played that much, and it's exclusive to one country in the game. Yeah, I know, exclusivity in War Thunder in the year of our Lord 2026. Fucking rarer than a shiny Pokemon these days. There's only a handful of tanks that could get it, and around the same amount that use it that could be added to the game. Interestingly enough, as like a side note, while, you know, talking about laser dazzlers on tanks, if you haven't seen it, the new Type 100 tank doesn't use the JD3 system. But according to this Chinese newspaper, the PLA says it has other systems that, like, just do the same job, but, like, better. It also has the GL6 hard kill active protection system, which is just the in-game GL5, but better, designed specifically for top attack munitions and missiles with a high looping arc like Spike. I'll just read the quote from the Army Recognition article. But, yeah, that's the video. I just wanted to yap about this fun little tank doohickey that, I just think would be cool to see in the game. It wouldn't be radically game-changing, but, you know, it'd be cool to have. Yeah, that's more or less the point of this video, so, yeah, just a fun thing that I would like to see in the funny tank game, so, yeah. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts. See ya.
Thank you. Now watch this drive.